professors kung mag-full-blown surge. In fact, the mayor of Pasay City is proposing GCQ in her city. Is that advisable na per city, invest na granular lockdowns, are the granular lockdowns enough? Kasi yung Pasay, nakahanda na siya eh. Buong city na lang.
Yes, we were actually looking at the effect of localized lockdowns, and they are in fact working kasi we're seeing a slowdown in some of the LGUs that implemented localized lockdowns. So there was a slight slowdown in Pasay, and also Malabon and Navotas. We're seeing a slowing down of the pandemic curve, but right now it's increasing in other parts of Metro Manila. So we know that the Metro Manila, mayors are coordinated, but of course, ideally we could have the lockdown at the same time, siguro, so that para one time, big time na lang. Let's end this because there's always a concern that, and it's not just in Metro Manila, because there's also an increase now happening in parts of Calabarzon. Rizal, we're seeing an increase already significantly, and in Cavite and in parts of Bulacan. So that might affect the Metro Manila moving forward, kasi if we are able to contain the numbers here, pero in parts of near outside Metro Manila, they will have an increase that could potentially affect the numbers here in Metro Manila. Yeah. So I think there should be definite coordination, not just in Metro Manila, but also in the greater Metro Manila area with Calabarzon.
Well, Prof, I'm looking at your...
Big time, what were you referring to, Professor David? One time, big time, what do you mean by that?
Those are the deadly words, no? MECQ. I think that's what Professor David was trying to say. Yeah, but that's an option. As social scientists, in my view, as a natural scientist, a mathematician like Guido, and the rest of the team, half the team is made up of doctors. We have to bring it out. We have to have a frank conversation. We don't want us to end up like, let's say, Great Britain a few months ago, or let's say France, or Germany, where you had tens of thousands of cases on a daily basis, because before they decided to lock down. We're at a manageable level now. What we're saying is let's reduce mobility now significantly. Let's be strict about our protocols, and expand testing and tracing, because that's what's going to help us deal with this surge, and hope that our own. I'm very confident in the Filipino, in our countrymen, that they will be more disciplined with the practice of with exercising the minimum health standards, and let's see if this will slow it down. It's impossible to reverse it now, in my view, where it's going now. I think it can slow down with a strict GCQ. Now, whereas with an MECQ, then you have a dramatic, impact on this surge, especially if you're doing it for more than 2 weeks, maybe a month. You'll bring this down, and then you can open up for the next 2, 3, 4 months. And we're not suggesting that now. What I'm saying is, there are advantages to having these drastic mobility, these quarantines that affect drastically mobility. Yeah. And in an ecosystem like, and I like the question of Rob, in an ecosystem like the NCR, it's very complicated because you're linked up with other regions like Calabarzon, with Bulacan, with Rizal. It's complicated to make decisions, but at the same time you have to, because you infect not just NCR but a whole a set of provinces, a whole region, where a lot of workers from the NCR go home too. Yeah. So the decisions we have to do here are crucial and strategic. And that's why maybe it's very hard for government to make a decision at the moment. Yeah, so we're suggesting go for a strict GCQ muna. Yeah,
ang warning ni Dr. John Wong, 9-fold increase, is that the same as your projection? 9-fold increase now.
I think 9-fold increase. I think it's in a way, it is happening already. 9-fold increase, and it could be worse with our revised projections. Pero adding to what Professor Ranjit said, yung sinasabi kong one time, big time. This is my proposal, so hear me out. So, I propose gawin natin 2 weeks yung Holy Week natin, and then we all stay at home and pray and maybe do some fasting. And then baka paglabas natin, the world is okay na. Baka after our prayers will be answered. That's my proposal.